So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Hope you all are safe and fine. All good at your end?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So, I think all are ready for the today's session. So, see, you all have to, open menti.com as we have done so many activities using it. Good that I can see. And you have to use the code 71199. Yes, good, good, good. What do you mean by a loop? Only one simple answer I need, only one word if you can say. And really nice to see these answers, no? As you all have answered, so nicely that it is loop is always used for the repeating the commands. It is a repetition. It is recurring. Iteration is also a technical word. And one has mentioned, yes, exactly. A loop is a whole. Or you can say that it is a closed thing in which whenever something is inside, it can come out unless and until it is broken. Can you give me any example from the day-to-day life where you have seen that your actions are being repeated? It must be a very crisp example, a one-liner or two or three words or something. Can any one of you please tell me that? Give me any example. Exactly, the eating food. What else? What else do you repeat?
Sleeping.
You can write, please share your expression on the screen. Exactly, walking, sleeping, eating, breathing. What else? Where else you have seen, whenever there is a need to repeat the actions. Okay. What else you can think it of? See, it is already there on the screen. Okay, jogging. Online classes, yes, because you have to learn something, then you have to join the class. Good. You can, yeah, speaking is also there, because if you are trying to make somebody understand that your actions or whatever you want to convey, then sometimes we need to repeat that thing again and again. So these are really very nice answers, guys. So this shows that you have a good idea about what are loops. If you need to select something, what do you do then?
Picking out specific things.
Yeah, you all go to the market, and then what do? You always, take out the things, and whenever you are taking out the things, then how do you make the choices? Choices are there, decisions are there. So whenever we have to decide something or we have to choose something, then what uh, control flow statements you have learned till now? Have you taken any decision anywhere in the program that whether this number is greater or less than, or this number is even or odd? What we all used to use it. What are selection statements? Whenever we have to decide, take the decision, or we have to select something, or we have to decide something, or we have to work according to the conditions. So in the programming language, we have learned sequences, then we have learned selections also. Can anyone please reply what are selection statements?
Ma'am, if else.
Very good. If else. So if else help us to take the decision. It help us to select this set of statements according to the conditions. Now, after the sequencing and selections, now the next part is your loops. So let's see what loops are next. So loops in a daily life, like the way you all have also, just shared with me, few things are there which we need to do repeatedly. So here are also few examples which I just wanted to share with you all, that whenever we need to give a direction to somebody to reach to a particular destination or a place, what do? We always, tell that person ki go straight, go left, and go right. Or we used to say like this: the walk 50 steps and then turn right, or walk till the next crossing is there. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in the same way, whenever there are kind of instructions or these statements which we need to repeat again and again or for a specific number of times, then the concept of loops are introduced, or we have loops for that. Technically, the loop statements, they allow a set of instructions to be performed repeatedly until a certain condition is fulfilled, or whenever or we can say that till the condition is true. Fine. So see, you can see the example on the screen. The flow chart is given to you, a diagram is given to you, in which it is there like a starting point is there, then there is a condition. So till the condition will be true, the set of statements will be executed again and again. Now see, as we all have discussed using that Mentimeter activity, that loops is something in which or which help us to repeat the set of statements, okay, or any actions or something is there inside the loop, it gets executed again and again till the condition is true or till we get the desired result. Now in the programming language, whenever there is a term loop comes, so there are three things basically. I will just start with the beginning. Three types of control flow statements are there. The first one is the sequencing, another is the selection, and the last is the loops. We always start our programming language, or whenever we used to learn any programming language, we always start with the sequencing part. Sequencing means whenever we are, doing something step by step, or whenever we are writing the program step by step, in which no other thing is used. That means no selection statement or the loops, nothing is used. So at the initial stage, when you started learning the Python programming language, you all started with the sequencing. But after that, as we move on, then we started with the selection statements. Who can help me to identify the selection statements, please? What
Ma'am,
are the
selection
selection
statements are
statements?
if,
If
else,
and else
elif.
statements.
Very good. The if-else statement which we have done till now is the selection statement, which help us to find out the desired result, or which help us to do the specific action whenever condition is true. And if it is false, even then there is an option where we can do something. Now, after the sequencing and the selection statements, the next part is your loops, which we will be covering today. So let's see. Now, as you all have shared, so many examples of the loops in the activity, but even then, these are again the few basic examples just to make you more clear about the loops, that whenever we go somewhere or whenever somebody asks us the, a place or the destination, where is it or how can I reach? What do we say? Just walk that much steps. So if a person is walking 50 steps, or if I'm saying that walk 50 steps and then turn right, it means that person has to repeat the steps 50 times till he or she reaches its destination. In the same way, or what you can say, walk till the next crossing, then take a right turn. This means what? Ki walk, repeat the action. Repeat here, what is the action here? Walking is the action. So walk until you get the next crossing. So let's see in the programming language how loop help us to do something repeatedly. So there are different kinds of instructions or these statements when we use, or when we want to do something repeatedly at a specific, now for a specific number of time, then we use loops. So technically, or we can say as per the programming language, Python programming language, the loop statement, it allow us to repeat the set of steps or repeat the set of statements until the condition is true or till we get the desired result here. Now see here the loop statements. They allow a set of instructions to be performed repeatedly until a certain condition is fulfilled. Here is the diagram of it. See, in the starting, it goes, and after the first statement, it checks for the condition. If the condition is true, then again the set of conditions, the set of statements, they work repeatedly, and as soon as the condition becomes false, it comes out of the loop. My cursor will comes out of the loop, and that loop will not execute at all. Now see this. These are the loops which are there in the Python. For, while, nested, and other loop control statements are there. But in today's class, we will learn only about the for loop. Now see what is a for loop. It is again, why loops are used. Since beginning, we have been discussing the loop. Who can help me in recalling it? Why loops are used?
Loops are used to continuously run a program until
The condition is true.
it's true.
Good. Now see the syntax of the for loop here. The first is the initial statement. After that, the loop condition is there. If the loop condition evaluates to true, then the for loop will execute. After that, the loop statement. Now see, once your cursor will go inside the loop, then after that, the loop variable will be updated and it will check the condition till it is true. When the condition will becomes false, then your loop will stop and your cursor will come out of the loop. Suppose, see here on the screen. Now suppose I have to write a program using which program? Which program is there on the screen? I have to
Hello
write a program to print hello 5
times.
Okay. So instead of writing print hello, what is the best way to write so that less number of statements must be used to write a program? We must use a loop there. Right? Now see how it will happen or how it works. Starting the program, then the first which will be executed, that will be initialization, that is the start value. After that, the condition will be checked. Here, if I need to print hello 5 times, then I'll start the loop with 1 and I'll go up to 5. So in the beginning, 1 is less than equal to 5. If yes, then it will print hello. But after printing the hello, what will happen? Then my loop variable, that means the value will be incremented by 1. Again, it will check if the value of I is less than equal to 5, it will go inside and again increment the value and so on. In this way, it will repeat the number of lines till the condition is true. But the moment condition will becomes false, then what will happen? It will come out of the loop and my program will stop. See the syntax of the loop. Now here the syntax of the loop is, again I'm using, the same program. I'm writing the same program, but with using a syntax of the for loop. What do you mean by syntax? The way of writing. So how you need to write? First of all, you have to write the for, then you have to take a variable. Here I have taken a variable count as a loop variable. Then In is the keyword you need to write. After that, you have to write range, and then inside the brackets, you have to write the last value. That means up till your condition will work. Now here, one very important thing which you need to take care of. See, the note is written on the screen. If only one value is given, then it is considered as the termination value. Inside the range function, which value is written?
5.
5. So, and I want to print the values. I want to print the hello 5 times only. So now if 5 is written, then what is the starting value here?
0.
0. By default, if only one value is written, then the starting value is 0. So if I'm starting from 0, then will it go up to 5 or 4?
4.
4.
If I'm starting it from 0, then it will go up to 5 or 4.
4.
Good. 4. Fine. So my loop will always works. Range function specially works n minus 1. That means one number less than the termination value. And then we will write the statement which we want to print it 5 times, and that is your hello. Now we can print 10 natural numbers. What do you mean by 10 natural numbers here?
1 to 10.
10 natural numbers means, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10. So what should I do? First of all, now I know the number. I know the starting as well as the ending. So what should I write here? So if I want to write a program using a for loop for this to print 10 natural numbers, what I need to write? For
I in range.
I is what? I is a loop variable. I, then in, after that range keyword inside brackets. Now what should I write here? See, otherwise there are 3 parameters: the starting value, the ending value, and one more is a step value.
1.
But I am not writing any step value here. Okay. So why I'm not writing? Because by default it will incremented by 1 only. Fine. Now what I need to print on the screen? In the last example, we had to print the hello on the screen. But here what I have to print?
I.
Huh?
Print I.
I. Print I.
Yes.
Why print I? You are
Because
right.
I is the value given to the range.
Very good. Because I is a variable which is holding a value from 1 to 10. Clear? But now what will happen? See, if I write here 10, it will go up to 10 or 11 or 9?
9.
What
9.
changes I have to do here? Because if I
We have to
write
make
here
it
10, then it will go up to 9.
9.
So to make it 10, what I need to do?
11.
Yes, I have to make it 11. Fine. Now this is the program which will help me to print 10 natural numbers on the screen. Now if I ask you to print even numbers, then, and that also even numbers from 1 to 10, what should I write
For I
here?
in range.
For, good, then
I in range.
I in range, very good,
2 to 11.
bracket on. After that, Now here, my program must start from 1 or 2 or 0.
2,
Now,
comma 11,
up to 10 it is saying. What should be the terminating value now?
11,
Very good. 11. And after
comma
11,
2.
2,
2 is what? My step value.
plus
That means 2 plus 2 it will print
4,
4. And after that, 4 plus 2 is 6. And then inside the for loop, again,
print
what I
I,
have to print?
I,
Good. I. Clear? So it will print the value of I. Now there is a program to print. Now if I give you a question, write a program to print table of 5. What to do? What should be the first statement to write?
for I in range,
For I in range, then
bracket 5,
good. The first value must be 5. After
comma
that,
51,
50.
51,
Just think it over. 50.
51.
51,
Very good.
51.
51. Because if I write 50, then it will go up to
49.
49. Good. Then now, do I need to give this step value or shall I leave it?
we have to give the value 5,
Step value will be 5.
5. Why? Because the table of 5 states 5, then 10, then 15. There is a gap of 5 values. Now inside the for loop, what I need to write?
print I,
Print I.
Very good. Print is what? Print is my function and it will help me to print the value of I, because I is a loop variable which is holding the values from 5 to 50.